Good afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about World War II personal items, more or less. So this is the kind of stuff that you should potentially find in your pack or on your person, in whether that's in a musette bag or a haversack or something like that. And I'll show you towards the end like how I pack my haversack. But this is what I roughly carry. A pair of gloves, leather palm, raincoat, 2 pairs of socks, 2 tank tops, 3 pairs of underwear, handkerchief. I carry actually a few handkerchiefs. Sewing kit, match tube, but I keep some spare bulbs in there. Your mirror. Tin of soap, a hand washcloth, and I use this primarily from like out of my helmet. This is what I can use to wash my face, my neck. I keep some fuel, the alcohol stove in my pack, a Jeep cap, your rifle cleaning kit, flashlight, M1928, and then your hygiene kit should look the period as well. Like these are modern made, but they look, correct and usable. Same with this brush, looks period, but it's just a reproduction. Toilet paper, just in case. Your shaving kit, and then tweezers and nail clippers. And I use the Huck towel to roll everything up. I can show that in a minute. And I use the Huck towel to roll everything up so that way I don't need a big hygiene container. I don't like carrying a hygiene roll if I don't have to. In my Foot Locker, it's a lot nicer. But for tacticals or field ops, and it's not ideal, obviously. So I use my Huck towel. So I just kind of fold it open, and it's folded in half. So there's the other half, and then I usually start with my toothpaste and my toothbrush, and I kind of just throw those in, do one roll, and then I take my plier or my shaving cream. I find the edge of a tube, and then I take my tweezers and I kind of just fit them on top of each other, and then my blades, and then this I just kind of roll them back on top of that. All right, your razor is going to make it a little loose, and that's okay. And then you take your toilet paper, another nice little roll, and then now, see, I got more handkerchiefs in here. What you can do is fold your ends in and kind of roll it like a chip bag. And now this is your hygiene kit, excluding obviously your mirror and stuff, because you don't always need this stuff, right? So you can throw this just in the base of your pack or whatever. I like to keep them together with the rag because I use them primarily together here. So, that's personal preference. So, and then in this bag, I keep my coffee, extra toilet paper rolls, emergency fire, like tablets, and that all fits in nicely. So I will get everything onto a 28 haversack and show you what it's looking like. So okay, so with the haversack kind of open and laid out, you can kind of, at this point, it's just like a blank canvas. You can kind of do whatever you want. So there's a couple ways you can put your raincoat in the haversack. You can either I put it usually as a base. Some guys I know put it in under the flap. So, but for my sake, I just put it here. And you take your drawers, put them in the bottom, take your skivvy shirts. Obviously this one has seen better days. This one's pretty rough. Kind of get those in order. I like to just keep them all separate so you grab one. You can flatten them out or whatever you want to do. Kind of just keep them compressed. And then socks kind of put towards the top because, you know, you want to be able to change your socks quickly. So now we're starting to build like a decent base. So what you can do is take your rations. If you're, you should be carrying rations. You can kind of throw them either in the center, what have you. I like to keep one at the top for the most part. Obviously, how I'm doing this is not per the manual. By no means am I claiming this to be near the manual. So before anyone gets in the comments and says, oh, that's not what the technical manual says, well, that's great, because I'm not doing it by the technical manual, because let's be real, nobody did it by the technical manual back then. I'm sure very rare instances of people actually following the technical manual can be seen. So, but you're just kind of throwing stuff in here, honestly. Like, there's really, other than like your socks, I try to make sure my socks are kind of at the top, because you'll change your socks, and then kind of just fold your flap up. And then what I do is I take that center one, find a good tight point, slip it through that loop, get it all scrunched together. And you got to think you'll have an M6 like gas mask bag too, if that's what your unit's portraying with. That in itself is another freaking load bag that you can put hygiene stuff in there, personal items in there. I like to use the M6 for that reason, because you can really stuff that sucker full. So but if you're just loading in the haversack and you need to carry everything under the sun with you in a haversack, this is how you can do it. Just kind of squish and push. And as weird as it is, this is kind of how I found to do it. You can really sit down and like actually put in the detail of like how you really want to load it. You can do that. I don't do that. I have, and at the end of the day, I end up pulling stuff out, and then I end up just packing it like you're seeing right now. I don't want to sit there and reorganize everything and open the pack up again.